Um, England's winning 2-0 in extra time. It's the 104th minute. Norway's had some really good chances. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets equalized by Norway, but I think England's going to ultimately get them. They're the better team, but what a performance from Norway. I mean, I think Nusa is probably the most underrated player on their team. I was making some runs today. Here's Odegaard, some skill moves. Ostegard, and it is caught by Jordan Pickford. There's Spence, I believe. Tuchel's mad. He says, no, 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 no. So Ryerson got injured. Julian Ryerson from Dortmund got injured. Got Odegaard, passes out to Ostegard. Ostegard gives it out. That is a foul. What? I don't understand these rules, man. Number 8, John Stones has it. Gives it to Gehi. Out to Jed Spence from Kane. Here's Oscar Bob pushing. And he airs it out to Reece James. James at about midfield gives it into number 17. 17. Bellingham to his left. Bellingham with the ball. It's Jed Spence. Ezzy down the left. Spence making a run. Ezzy with the ball. Ezzy gives it over. It's headed away by Ayer. And cleared by Norway. Into the midfield. Back to Elliot Anderson. Rogers, Elliot Anderson with it. Passed back to Rogers. Back to Anderson. It is Saka with it. Saka to Reece James. Reece James into Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson looking for Jed Spence, and he cannot find it. Oh, Ezzy with the ball. I saw that wrong. And this is going to be a offside. Goal kick for Norway, for Nyland. Odegaard with it. Odegaard. Lovely bit of skill from Odegaard. Good pass that is intercepted by Elliot Anderson. Inside to Kane. Harry Kane on the push. It's Jude Bellingham. Bellingham out to Saka. Saka with it in the box. Pressed by Holmgren Peterson. Saka back out to Bellingham. Bellingham orbits it into the crowd. So close. Alright. Norway's coach gesturing, and he looks very upset right now. Nyland will send it to Nusa, headed by Reece James. It is Holmgren Peterson with it. Saka, and he is fouled by Holmgren Peterson. Back out to Ezzy, headed by Ostegard. Kane with the ball. Kane. Norway players signaling for offside, but no call yet. Back out to Reece James. Reece James on the ball, and what's going on? I think they called offside. Take the flag. Oh, no, that is the end of the first half of extra time. 15 more minutes for Norway to fight for a semifinal spot. Even if they do lose, this was a historic World Cup run, and this team has so much potential. Best players, in my opinion, you got to go with Holland at number 1, Odegaard number 2. I'd say, those are the top 2. And then in your top 5, no particular order, Julian Ryerson. I just showed on the screen Mbappe with 8 goals in the World Cup, Messi with 8 goals, Haaland with 7, Bellingham with 6, Kane with 6. So we will see. That was the one that Nyland dropped that ended up being the goal Jude Bellingham. So unfortunate. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Norway joins in on the scoring party. Though no one in here right now. So, let's do. Norway's coach explaining. I think Holland has been quite disappointing today. If you guys remember, Ayer's header went off the crossbar. That would have been a game-winning goal. It would not be here right now. We would be in the semifinals for Norway. Coach Tuchel talking to Ezzy right there. Kane giving some words to Jed Spence. And Holland and Nusa exchanging. I think Norway's played a smart game. They tried to tire out England after the first quarter, didn't concede. They scored a goal. Bellingham came back, he scored a goal. And now we're in extra time and England's winning. We got a sub coming on. Strand Larsen is on for Erling Haaland is coming off. Oh boy. This is going to be very hard for Norway to win. Erling Haaland came off the field. I've changed my opinions. They're not winning this game. That's a dub for England. Erling Haaland just came off. Why would you sub Haaland off? I don't get it. He seems like he's in insane shape and great cardio. But their current 11, they got Oscar Bob, Odegaard, Ayer, Nyland, Strand Larsen, Ostergaard, Nusa, Bob. A lot of players out there. Norway fans looking a little bit scared. England fans looking the opposite. Alex Sorloth and Erling Haaland are both on the bench, along with Julian Ryerson. Those are all top 5 players right there. Sorloth really didn't play well today. He hasn't played well this whole World Cup. But man, oh man. For those of you who don't remember, Jordan Strand Larsen, who just came in for Erling Haaland, missed a penalty against France in the 3rd game of the group stage that no Norway starter played in. So, yeah, good World Cup, Norway, but if you don't have Haaland in the last 15 minutes of the game, you will lose, because he's really their only chance. Bob with it, gives it out, gives it in. A big run from Norway here, Patrick Berg, looking place for the Bodo Glimt midfielder, gives it out, Oscar Bob to Nusa, lovely bit of skill, and it was deflected. Back to Norway, Ostergaard with it, and Bellingham. Oh my God, Bellingham is such a flopper. Okay. His foot landed in. Yeah, Holland is in distress right now. He's so annoyed. Well, this might be the first game in a while that nobody's gonna lead the Viking row. Poor Magnus Carlsen, Alfie Holland in the crowd, some celebs. Yeah, Norway. Poor guys. 106th minute right now. Kane on the field. Both captains for both teams on the field. And there's a head-to-head collision with, believe, or a foul. I think it was a foul. By the way, there's almost a penalty for England earlier. to give them a 3-1 lead because we know Kane wouldn't have missed that. But yeah, but it was VAR reviewed, and it turns out that Jed Spence flopped. All right, we're going deep, and it's back out. Headered. I think we got to control that Norway. Yeah, Ostergaard back out. Nyland. Nyland to Ostergaard. Ostergaard crosses it out. Centers it in to number 3. Number 3. Nusa wants it. Nusa wants it on the left. Strand Larson in the middle. Number 14 wants the ball. Oscar Bob into Patrick Berg. Berg just skies it barely. Oh my god, that was such a good shot. He barely skied it. Jeez, Patrick Berg, that was such a good shot. And that was the best chance for Norway we've seen this whole extra time. Yeah, I need more of that. I feel like at one point they're going to make one of these long shots. Norway has good offense. Nusa with it. Nusa. Oh, I can't control it. England's ball control has got to be 1,000 times better than Norway's. Saka with the ball down at the other end of the box. Oh, God. And it is saved by Nyland. A pretty easy save. Bukayo Saka. Oh, here comes Jed Spence. Jed Spence. And it is a good save. Double save from Nyland there. Good stuff from the keeper. Okay. Right, John Stones, Elliot Anderson. Reece James down the middle. Rogers is in there. Back to Rogers. Back to Anderson. Reece James. Back to Stones. Pickford launches it deep to Saka. Good control. Bukayo Saka. And it is offside. Jed Spence, great shot. Saka, great shot. 2 saves from Nyland, though. Bellingham. That was the goal earlier. So unfortunate. Just the exact same thing that happened to Belgium yesterday. Dan Byrne coming in for, I believe, John Stones. Here comes Norway. Norway with the ball. Patrick Berg signaling. It is Ostergaard. Ostergaard to Nusa. Nusa back to Ostergaard. Back to Berisha. And it is back to Ostergaard. Oh yeah. Holmgren Peterson to his right. Oscar Bob deep. Odegaard to his left. Odegaard with it. Odegaard. Odegaard back. Nusa can't control it. Headed by Saka and back to Ostergaard. Odegaard with it. Odegaard. Oscar Bob making a run. Nusa with it. Nusa. Great defense by Reece James. That is top defending by Reece James. Berg back to Berg, yeah, back to Ostergaard. Ostergaard and Odegaard. Odegaard back to Holmgren Peterson. Oscar Bob down the middle. Back to Odegaard. Odegaard. Okay. Odegaard. Odegaard back to Ostergaard. Ostergaard back down to Nusa. Nusa, 113th minute. It is number 8. Back to Odegaard. Odegaard. Back to Holmgren Peterson. Odegaard. England is defending well here. I think that's all they really have to do, defend. And since England's defense is quite good, that won't be a problem. And it is now a goal kick for... Yeah, it's a goal kick off the knee of Reece James. Right. So, yeah, we're 16 minutes into the stream. Odegaard or Patrick Berger taking it. Oh, my lord. Oscar Bob just orbited it. I think this is curtains for Norway. There's no way. There's no way. Right. So... Huh. Yep, Bellingham braced today. Bellingham is, in the last 2 games, Kane and Bellingham have been... So, who did they play? They played Mexico. Bellingham was huge. Kane made a penalty. Against Congo, Kane was the best. In this game, Bellingham has been outstanding. That guy is so underappreciated. And it is back to Nusa. Nusa in the air. And I believe that's going to be a goal kick. And this is really not looking good for Norway. Pickford is a very good goalie. Very, very good. I knew, yeah, you gotta have Holland in there, man. I don't know what we're doing if you don't have Holland in there. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, Patrick Berg. 2 Norway players down, and that is going to be a foul on Rogers. Patrick Berg got fouled. Okay. Yeah, 100% on Elliot Anderson. And then Rogers fouled Strand Larson. Nusa, and that is another foul. This is going to be a big chance for Martin Odegaard on a free kick to set up a header. This is why you have Holland in there, because he's just huge, but to be fair, these England players are pretty tall. But, Berge is pretty big. Oscar Bob's pretty on the smaller side. Odegaard, free kick. Odegaard, Pickford came in and he is down. Ayer is yellow carded. I don't know what he did. I do not know what he did. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Christopher Ayer. Man, Norway, there should be a lot of extra time, though, because of that Pickford injury. I think he's... No, he's not coming off. Just exchanging words with Odegaard. Norway's had... He just ran into his own player. And Ayer was furious with that. He was screaming at that ref. Fortunately, it was over for Norway once they took Erling Haaland off. You gotta have your best player play the whole game, and here is no, and it is cleared by Reece James, and that is going to be England's ball, I think. I think it was deflected. And Norway fans are in despair. No more Viking row. It was fun while it lasted, though. Newsup gives it in. Strand Larson back out to Noosa. Noosa with the ball. Reece James on him. Reece James top defending. And that is a... offside on Noosa. Okay. I'm gonna stream for about 21 minutes now. Kane is down with a head injury. Let's see. Oh, Ezzy has a big chance here. And I think now that England has the ball, they will have the ball for the rest of the game. But I think there should be a decent 5 minutes of extra time. But Norway is done. They are done. Oh. Yeah, oh, okay. There's a big chance there. Man, Oscar Bob is just jogging. That was off of Jed Spence. Bellingham cheering from the bench. Yeah. Only 2 minutes of extra time. Yeah, Norway's cooked. Rogers with it. I bet Norway has one more chance to win the game. And that is, it's going to be right now. Holland on the bench, looking very annoyed, very sad that he's about to get eliminated from the World Cup. Great player, Erling Haaland, and I don't know why that guy just did. And Norway fans have the same expression as me. Why would you give the ball back to England? Why? They were running the clock down. What are we doing? Norway, what are we doing? Yeah, Norway's giving up, bro. They're sad. Holland kind of sold this game, not gonna lie. Alright, last chance for Norway. Possibly, and most likely, and he just aired it. What are we doing? Norway, what are we doing? Why are we not... Norway. Okay, last chance for Norway, right here. Here's Noosa. And I think that was a... No, last chance for Norway. Back out. And Dan Burn Last chance. This has got to be the last chance. And it is over. It is over. Ladies and gentlemen, England has eliminated Norway from the World Cup. England has moved on to the semifinals. Harry Kane is moving on to the semifinals with Norway. Great performance by Jude Bellingham. Great performance by Jed Spence. I thought he played really well. But overall, it's okay for Norway. It's okay. Tuchel and the Norway coach shake hands. Holland's there, not looking happy. But yeah, Nyland is very upset. I bet he felt like he sold them. He bobbled that, which ended up. Yeah, Schjelderup scored for Norway, and Bellingham scored for England twice. Holland and Kane shake hands. Holland and Reece James shake hands, paying their respects. Nyland and Pickford shake hands, the goalkeepers. Nyland very sad. He's still crying, poor guy. Goalkeeper's got to be the hardest position in soccer. Bellingham and Holland shaking hands. We got England fans have got to be so happy right now. But they will be playing probably Argentina. And in my opinion, Argentina very well might wipe the floor with them. But yeah, we'll find out later tonight. England won the World Cup 60 years ago, 1966. Dan Burn, Harry Kane, looking in very high spirits on the stream in about 30 minutes. No, in 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes. Bellingham and Kane finally hugging two best players on England. Jude Bellingham, incredible. Harry Kane, incredible. King Kane signs. You got Oscar Bob in there. Remember last time England won the world. England played in the World Cup. They got eliminated by France in the semifinal. Kane orbited a penalty, David Beckham style. Will anybody ever win 3 World Cups ever again? I think the answer is yes. Pele is the only person to do it, but I think the best bet is going to be Mbappe to win 3 World Cups. Mbappe and whoever is on his team that was on the 2018 team. So that's Dembele, that's I don't know. But Mbappe and Dembele are going to be the closest we get to another players with 3 World Cups. That is it for the stream, guys. We hit 100 subscribers today. Very big milestone for us.